a Shaklee kid. My parents have been in the business almost 38 years. I grew up taking all the supplements and knowing that the products were great. But I always kind of saw it as my parents' business and not really my own until we got married and we had 2 kids. And I started thinking, you know, I kind of like the lifestyle my parents have and would like that for our own family. I'm Kara Sears.
I'm Kyle Sears.
And we're from Elkhart, Indiana.
And we're coordinators.
I used to be a teacher and I loved that. But when we had our own kids, I wanted to be at home with them.
She came to me and said, you've got to see this dream plan. You've got to see what it's about. And I said, okay, let's see it. When I started adding the fast track bonuses, I realized it was $34,000, which is a year of my teaching income. I said, it's time to go.
It was an incredible income opportunity and it would change everything for us. So we've been in about 10 months on the fast track, and since then, oh my goodness, the stuff that we have gotten, $1,000 fast track bonus when we hit senior director, we got our $3,000 bonus when we hit coordinator, qualified for the Bahamas, we just got over $700 worth of Tiffany's stuff, which was fun for me.
We've also received a car. I don't know how that keeps getting left out.
Our kids love it. They think it's so fun. Mommy. This is a car that was paid for by Shaklee that we definitely could not have been able to afford on our own.
People are seeing, hey, I want a car as well. How are you doing this? Since the new directors conference, I've been even more on fire with it, especially with it being summer now. I'm able to help quite a bit more now.
Yay. Peyton is our little girl and she is 2. She is just full of life, cute personality, little dimples, get anyone wrapped around their finger. Ethan is our youngest and he is almost 11 months, loves his sister to death, wants to do anything she's doing. There's no normal day. We work around naps, we work around feedings, we work around diapers, we work around everything. Sometimes I'm on the phone holding one and another's tugging at my leg. If we can do this, anyone can do this. We live in Elkhart, Indiana. You have the best of both worlds, from country to city to playing on the lake.
It's just very nice to have the entire family around. We have lots of friends that we grew up with. The connections are still there. It's opened so many doors with young families.
I love that we can still do it as a family. That's why a lot of times we have kid play dates while we do stuff, because I don't want to just ditch my kids while I do this. Just have a lot of fun meeting other families and helping them kind of reach their dreams like we've been able to. And we do a lot of stuff like through Facebook and things like that. We've had numerous people contact us and say, what are you doing? How are you able to stay at home with your kids? I want to know more.
The same philosophy, the same principles are there because you have to build relationships with people. Just a different medium at the time that we're building. I've fallen in love with the lifestyle to be able to work from home, to be able to get up when I want to be able to travel, and to be able to see my kids grow up. I know they're only 2 years old, but you got to think about those things. I don't want to miss those. That in and of itself is a dream.
Each milestone as we've gone along has just only encouraged us to go even further.
From this point on, we're definitely working together because the lifestyle is completely worth it.
Ever since I was younger, I never liked being told what to do and what not to do. I never liked to have someone tell me, you can't do that. I've always ended up somehow proving people wrong in pretty much almost everything, which I think is pretty cool. I'm Cade Van Heel. I'm 20 years old. I'm a coordinator, and I'm from San Diego, California. When I was 3 years old, I was diagnosed with a rare form of arthritis in my knees and hips. The doctors were telling my mom I wouldn't ever be able to be a normal kid, and by the age of 10, I'd be in a wheelchair. The doctor told me that right in front of me, and I was like, no. So I proved them wrong. I'm not in a wheelchair. once they told my mom that I had to do steroid shots, she's like, it's not going to happen. And then she came across Shaklee. I was on Shaklee for about 6 months before I was completely off of all medications. Now, looking back on it, I'm like, thank God she did it. The turning point for me to go from taking the supplements to actually wanting to market them is when I crashed my dirt bike really bad. I broke my back and I had to quit my job and stuff, and I had a car payment and cell phone bill. So my mom's done Shaklee for 8 or 9 years now, and I saw it as something I could do while I'm laying in bed recovering until I can go out and get a job.
Tell us what you think so far about Shaklee.
I'm loving it. It's so much fun. It's nice just to be able to be my own boss. All my friends are complaining about, like, oh man, I gotta go to work. I'm like, I get to sleep in.
When I started Shaklee, I had friends tell me, oh, it's a scam. You'll be in it for about 4 months, then you're gonna quit, and you're gonna be doing something else again. I'm loving it. I'm making a lot more money than they are. I get to choose my own hours, and I get a car, and I'm going on vacation. I'm going to Atlantis in November. Once I saw it at a conference last year, I was like, I'm gonna get that. And it's awesome because I don't know anyone else my age that has the company they work for paying for their car. They're still driving the same cars they were driving in high school. Beat up 97s and 98s. My goals when I first started were just to be able to pay for my own school. I didn't want to have to take out loans, and I didn't want to graduate in debt.
So what's up for you?
Now that I've actually seen the potential and actually seen the benefits of it, it's probably my last and only job I'm ever going to do. It's cool being younger and doing something that people are actually respecting you for. Because being younger, you don't get the respect that you want. So seeing the older people respecting the younger kid, they're actually asking you what you're doing. It's cool being noticed. There's no company and we deal with supplements.
Oh, yeah.
I think Shaklee is really relevant for younger people just because they are starting to see that, for one, the jobs out there are hard to get and they need money. So it really does set you up to have a great life. You're healthy, but then also financially too. I just think of myself as a promoter. That's the cool thing about Shaklee is you don't have to sell it. It sells itself. You just got to tell people how good it is. That's what I think of me being a 20-year-old business person, really, is a promoter and getting paid for it.